a high bond value, and now you can be super mean, and that might be advantageous in a group situation. Maybe you have to be confrontational, and there's only one way to be confrontational, and usually some element of that is a little bit mean. Hey, so I'm Demon Dev, and today I was going to kind of give a quick gist version of the Electra system, the dialog engine that's going on behind the scenes for Double Demons and hopefully many other projects. The core of it is this: branching narratives become impossible to maintain at the kind of explosive player creativity and desire for options that writers or developers want to support. So there's a second option, which is that you can nest the branching. So sort of what happens in a lot of games at the bigger level that frustrates, where you have all these different branches that all come back into one. So my game contains what all other games do at this nested level. How do you express yourself in a moment of conversation if you're saying the same thing? Do you say it in a mean way or in a flirty way? And that AI character's reaction and the fact that there's some wiggle room. So in some cases, you can choose an option that she dislikes and it can go well for you if you've built up the relationship. Those different kind of, combination variables resulting in good or bad things allows for an explosion in creative strategy. So you have all that. And because I've summed up, what people are frustrated by, but, also enjoy about branching narratives that have existed already. So that exists on an exchange to exchange basis, that sort of branching out into all the different things you can say, branching back in all the ways that she can react, even if you kept it purely contained. And of course, as we know about branching systems, is you don't have to fold them back into the same node. And the same is true of this system. But even if you do it the exact same way, then what you've done is you've allowed players to creatively express themselves in a way that you don't get with other games. Because with other games, there is a right, there is a wrong option. In this game, there's consistent tools that have consistent effects, just like damage types. And that means you can prioritize the effects of one thing to build up a character's relationship, and then exploit or use those different relationship values, like a high bond value, and now you can be super mean, and that might be advantageous in a group situation. Maybe you have to be confrontational, and there's only one way to be confrontational, and usually some element of that is a little bit mean. Or you could have a terrible relationship and you're being challenged by the AI, and now you have to be nice, you have to show humility, or else she's not going to forgive you. That's the kind of range of expression that not just exists in the system, but is incredibly manageable for artists because it exists nested a level down. Nested just means that it happens in this third dimension, deep. It happens not from node to node, but extruded backwards from the nodes. It's happening all the time, and it's automatically managed. It's automatically organized. And that takes a huge weight off the developers and the writers' shoulders. This is all handled in the most satisfying way that it can be because you've got consistent damage types. For as long as I can remember, games with dialogue systems do not give consistent tools to players. When you pick a starter Pokemon, you know that every battle, if your Pokemon knows Flame Strike, you can use Flame Strike. That has never been the case for dialogue systems. With the Electra system, when you see your different dialogue options, what kind of damage tools you're working with. Now, you might not always have Flame Strike, but you will know what properties of what you're saying are. So you will know if there's a Flame Strike option. Maybe Flame Strike is a combination of mean and confident, and in the context, this is going to mean humiliating is the way that you're expressing yourself. So maybe that when that pops up, it's going to have the same effect. It's going to worsen her relationship and maybe slightly improve her respect for you. And that's just a kind of metaphorical representation of when you're mean to someone, that sometimes means that they will value your compliments more. If you give not never-ending compliments, your compliments mean a lot less. But if you're mean to everyone all the time and then you randomly tell someone that they did a good job at something, it means a lot more. It may not be part of a functional relationship. It's going to be up to the players to decide what combination of strategy and personal expression they want to pursue. But that is the kind of consistent tool set that players can immediately see with every single exchange. And that's why the Electra system does something that's never been done before. All right, so that was the gist, and I'll maybe try another one of these again soon about some of the other systems. Thanks.